Hey everybody, just want to shoot us a short video on how I built my support system. Now, support systems aren't for everybody, of course, but we can all benefit. You can benefit from a support system. I found that there's a right way and a wrong way to pick people to be your support system. So if you pick your friends like, people you like rather than people you trust, that's probably the wrong way of doing it. People you like and trust, yeah, you can do that. People you know that are going to be a bit tough on you, because sometimes when you're depressed and you're down in the dumps, you're unmotivated. And it's a lot to ask these people to do this for you. I mean, some people will say, yeah, sure, no problem. And some people will be like, I don't know enough about it. I don't know how to help you there. My last support system that I probably still have today, best support system I ever built. I'm going to name them off now. The toughest and the most predominant person was my wife's son's fiance, Brenda. We did have a little bit of a falling out, but again, I can't blame her. I was the bad one on that point, right? But thankfully, they're still family, and I'm hoping everything is water under the bridge now. Second one was my buddy Chris. I live on his property. I rent a house in the back. I asked Chris, when I knew I was starting to fall into this depression, I asked him to be a part of my support system. And if you've seen Chris, he's a big guy, right? So I told him, if you don't see me in a couple days, come into the house and get my ass up. Get me moving around, get me outside, get me in the garage, anything. And he's had to do that a number of times. And then there's our friend Jimmy. Jimmy was a good person to talk to. He has his own language called Jiminese, and I can interpret that language. But he made me laugh, and he made me big brother, just like Chris, big brother. My wife, who's been through my bullshit so many times, it's like she knows. She can just, it's like grabbing a bottle out of the fridge, here you go. She knows what to do. My sister, Veronica, again, I mentioned her in my last video, supported me ever since I was a child. She was calling me here, and I wasn't picking the phone up. I was kind of stuck in my room and watching TV or watching Netflix or Tubi or whatever. And she showed up. 2 days she's trying to call me, and all of a sudden she showed up out of the blue. And she stuck around for a couple days and made sure I had, I was okay. Now, all these people I mentioned are people that have either dealt with mental health, dealt with depression in some way, shape, or form, and they were very, very strong people. The last type of people you want to pick for your, or support system are people that are enablers. You know, the people that are going, oh, it's okay, you'll be all right. Just give it some time. You know, it'll go. No, that's not how it works at all. That's a false narrative in my mind. And you need someone that's going to be truthful. You know, hey, dude, you smell like ass. Go have a shower. You know, hey, man, you've been sitting in this room for a few days. Why don't you come out? Let's go get a coffee or something. You know, it's, you know, I don't suggest when you're depressed you should drink or anything like that. That's my opinion. Drinking or doing drugs, or I mean, smoking weed, fine, but self-medicating is not a good approach. I mean, I can't tell you just to quit doing drugs or quit drinking. I'm just saying it helped me. I haven't touched a drop of alcohol in probably 4 or 5 months ever since I've been doing this, my music production, which is going really well, by the way. To this day, because of my support system and the things they taught me, and also the work that I did on myself, I'm the happiest I've ever been as an adult. Happiest. Couldn't even, yeah, I've never knew that you could kind of be this happy. But it took a lot of work, and you know, I'm not saying, hey, I'm cured. No, it's going to be an up and down roller coaster ride that we have to take. Now, that being said, support systems, again, are like medication or therapy. You have to find the right fit. You don't go into the store and buy jeans, pick them off the rack, buy them, and go home and see that they don't fit. You got to fit them on first. You got to try it out. When I started my medication, did it work day one? Of course not. Never does. Anybody who says that it does, telling you a lie. I didn't even want to take antidepressants, but my doctor, very great man, he asked me why. I said they don't work, and he basically read me the bullshit act and said they don't work because you don't take them. I take my medication every day, and it works. Am I gonna have to take it for the rest of my life? Probably. But small price to pay, for being happy. Support system should be there for you, right? Not for themselves. And their opinions, and I learned this again with Brenda, is very important. Okay, you have to take their opinions seriously. You don't hire a foreman for your company and then undermine every thing he says. You know, it's kind of the same thing, just different parameters. But you know, you're asking that person to take care of you in a time where you can't take care of yourself, or you might not be able to take care of yourself. You know, Brenda's giving me rides to the hospital. She's, you know, she sat there and she talks to me. And not really her talking to me, but me talking and her, you know, weighing up my options. You don't need a support system that is going to be treat me like a drill sergeant. You know, giving you the you need tos and you shoulds, and no. A support system should give you options. It's kind of like when you're trying to, like when your child wants something and you don't have what they want, but they want it. So you give them choices. Well, you can either have this or that, because we don't have that. And when you're depressed, someone comes up and gives you the old drill sergeant treatment. It's just noise. You don't want to hear it. But if they give you options, because options are great when you're depressed, because it gives you time to think. It's like, yeah, well, maybe I can do this, or maybe I can do that. Or if I don't like any of those options, let's just try to find something else. And believe it or not, with a support system, it's all about compromise. With your mental health, it's all about compromise. You have to work, man. You got to work at it. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put 100% into your own well-being and self-worth. Because when I tell you I hated myself, I freaking hated myself. Now, I don't hate myself anymore. Because these beautiful people, they showed me my potential. They told me I wasn't what I was thinking I was. You know what I mean? Well, they didn't tell me. They made me realize. And realization of the truth about yourself, it hurts. Sometimes we don't want to admit it. But if you cause a problem and you don't own it, honestly, it's just going to be the next problem, the next problem, and the next problem, because you're not willing to work on your own problems. You're not really willing to admit that you were wrong. So what did you do? You blamed everybody else. Now, I'm not saying you did. I did. I spent years blaming my parents for stuff. I spent years blaming my teachers and my bosses, and I was the dick. You know what I mean? Like, let's just face it. Sometimes you're a cock. Like one of these guys over there. But it's up to you to own it. Be truthful to yourself. Be truthful inside. And support systems, they'll help you. They'll be there for you if you ask them, if you pick the right people. Also, part of my support system was my cat. I was really down. I was really down, and my wife brought him home, put him on my chest. I had something to look forward to. I had this little tiny kitten. He was tiny, and he slept under my pillow every night, and it was the most amazing feeling that I had. To any of my support system people, if I ever offended you, or, well, I know I've offended some of you, I deeply and with all my heart, I apologize. And again, I'm not blaming it on mental health. I'm not because that's an excuse, right? When you act out and you blame it, oh, I'm depressed. It's kind of like, shit, that's a get out of jail card free card, whatever the hell that is. And every time you use that card, it gets wrinkled, it gets damaged, and then the next time you go to use it, people are like, yeah, I'm tired of your excuses, bud. So, support system will help you realize what you're doing to yourself, what you're doing to the other people around you. And don't forget, you think that your mental health just affects you? No, it affects everybody that loves you. It affects the people you don't think love you, but they do love you. But you don't think it because, I'm going to play the depressed card. It's, yeah, you're depressed, but you can't blame your actions, your behavior on your depression. The way you treat other people, it's just wrong. And, I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. And thank the Lord that I have good people in my life. It's all about who you surround yourself with too. You surround yourself with enablers and narcissists, you're just going to get stomped on the ground. And most of the stomping will be you doing it to yourself. So make sure those people that you pick are strong, or they know They know what's going on. They understand. I was lucky. My spouse understood. Not a lot of spouses will. They'll take it as a negative thing, and you know, they won't understand. And don't forget, people in my generation, we didn't talk. We weren't allowed to talk about our stuff. My parents' generation, I'm surprised that they got anything accomplished because they don't talk. But that being said, everybody, that's how I built my support system, and I'm very lucky to have them. And I love them. I love every one of you. So I'm going to cut this down. I love you. Hashtag I'm here. Please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. I really need to get some more viewers on this, and you know, maybe I can make better videos. But if there's any questions, you have any questions at all, in the comments there, or at COLIN181 on Instagram. You can inbox me anytime you want, and I'll answer any questions that you need. I respond pretty much right away because it's tough out there, and you know, the government's not doing enough. And I'm gonna bitch about the government for a second. They're not doing enough for us, but then again, they don't know enough, or they do and they just, you know, I mean, I couldn't tell you. But that being said, I love you. God bless. Hashtag I'm here. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and so do the roosters. Take care, guys.